masih persiapan meeting ya. Ada Zoom meeting ini. Masih belum siap-siap ya. Dengan Bapak Naga Sugara. Ini saya mau pergi sebentar ke bawah. Pembicaranya ini guys. Thank you for watching. Nanti kita lihat lagi. Saya harus keluar dulu. Ini persiapan Zoom. Masih dipersiapkan ya, belum selesai. Sini saya terlambat ikut meeting. Ada Zoom meeting dengan pembicara Director Content and Compliance. Bagaimana keseruannya? Yuk kita ikuti saja.
Good morning, Mr. Oh, long time no see. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
We make it start.
Good morning.
Good morning, Indonesia! Good morning! Good morning to Indonesia, China! Good morning! Okay, thank you so much, guys. Today is August 14th, August 15th, 2021. We're going to listen to our great speaker for today. And I would like to welcome everybody here. I hope we can learn from this great leader. And these leaders are they have the commitment and the integrity into the company. And to start with, thank you so much, Ma'am Haley. Let's give applause for everyone here. And everybody's here a great leader, right? Yes. All right. So we're ready? Ready. Okay. Now I'm going to introduce to you our great speaker. His family went bankrupt in 1994. His family lost their only house, and he was able to continue his study only because of this relative's financial help. When he graduated from university in 1999, he has nothing but his old motorcycle. He also had to work 3 jobs for living just to get by. He met Chance in 2001 and began seriously building the business because he believes in Chance's business and products. In 18 months, he received a free BMW from Chance in the 2002 Chance International Convention in Germany. He has been a full-time Chance distributor for 20 years, achieving all the Chance special rewards while also having successfully cultivated 100 luxury car awards in his network. Ladies, please welcome, I would like to introduce to you our director for Diamond Gold Lion, Mr. Naga Sugara.
Halo, apa kabar?
Luar biasa.
Wah, senang sekali ya bisa bicara di depan Anda semua. Oke, ini kalau saya dengar suaranya Eko bergema di situ.
Feedback. Eko.
Oke ya.
Suaranya, the phone is feedback, Mr. Gate.
Ya,
The
kalau
phone
saya
is
dengar di
feedback,
sini
yes.
bergema banget.
When I was speaking, I will close my phone.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Keith, I think that there
Yeah,
is
the
an
voice is
echo, yeah,
feedback.
so that's
Yeah.
you mute them.
Yeah, mute.
Pagi, Pak Naga.
Pagi Pak Ruli, apa kabar?
Ya, sehat,
Lama
Pak.
nggak ketemu.
Iya. Pak, hari ini saya ditugaskan jadi translator Pak Naga.
Oh, translator spesial ini berarti ini. Saya pikir Anda mau bantu beberapa tahun di translator.
Naga. Siap, siap.
Sebab kalau saya bilang sama Mr. Ki, kalau pakai bahasa Inggris, pertanyaan jangan saya kan Inggrisnya logat Jawa, jadi mungkin takutnya banyak yang nggak ngerti. Kalau ada yang nerjemahin lebih bagus, bagus.
Ya, sebetulnya rampung, Pak.
Oke, yang pertama saya ucapkan terima kasih buat Mr. Kip dan Tian Hongkong yang sudah mengundang saya untuk sharing kepada teman-teman semua. Kita senang sekali karena sudah lama sekali ini kayaknya corona nggak beres-beres, nggak bisa kemana-mana.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Keith and Tian Hong Kong for inviting me to speak in Tian Hong Kong. So it's been a while since we meet, and because of the COVID virus, it's been a long time since it's never ending.
Ya. Bahasa Inggrisnya aja lebih bagus daripada bahasa Inggris saya. Oke, saya harap teman-teman semua di Hongkong dan di Indonesia sehat-sehat selalu, ya ikuti protokol kesehatan dan jangan lupa minum produk TNC. Ya tadi malam sebelum tidur saya juga minum ini dan minum tok juga. Jangan lupa keluarga juga suruh minum produk TNC.
Okay, so I hope that the Tian family in Hong Kong as well as the Tian family in Indonesia is following the protocol, the health protocol, and being safe, and everybody is safe. And don't forget to drink the Tian's products. So last night I took zinc and Muncon, and don't forget also to remind your family to consume the Tian's product as well.
Hari ini saya mendapat kesempatan untuk share pada teman-teman para leaders ya, katanya di sini para leaders sudah berkumpul. Ada beberapa topik yang ingin saya bahas, tapi mungkin saya sedikit cerita background saya supaya sedikit kenal.
Okay, so today I've been invited to speak, and there is a few points that I would like to share. But before that, I would like to introduce myself so that you can know me better.
Jadi buat yang belum kenal, perkenalkan nama saya Sandra Saudara dan sedikit cerita, saya lahir di kota kecil di Indonesia di Solo di Jawa Tengah.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the speaker's name is Mr. Naga Sugara, and he was born in a small city, in a small town in the Jawa Tengah province, the central Java, called as Solo.
Saya dari keluarga yang biasa-biasa aja dan saya lulus SMA itu tahun 1994 dan melanjutkan kuliah di Bandung.
Okay, so I come from a normal family, nothing special, and then I graduated my high school in '94, and then I continued to study for my university in Bandung.
Saya pikir pada saat saya kuliah ya nanti hidup bakal baik-baik aja, lulus kuliah, saya kerja, ya hidup normal aja. Saya pikir
So then I thought that after I graduate, I would go find a job and lead a normal life.
Ya. Tapi setahun setelah saya kuliah tahun 95, saya dapat telepon dari rumah bahwa keluarga kita bangkrut.
But after 1 year of studying in the university in '95, I got information that my whole family has gone bankrupt.
Usaha yang sudah dibangun ayah saya puluhan tahun habis, meninggalkan hutang besar, bahkan rumah kami satu-satunya di Solo disita oleh bank.
So the business that my dad has built for a number of years became bankrupt, and then the only house, the only property we had was also taken by the bank.
Hutangnya sangat besar dari sejak tahun itu, tahun 95, itu orang tua saya tinggalnya numpang-numpang di rumah saudara, pindah sana, pindah sini.
And after '95, the loan was so much that we don't have a house to stay, and my parents had to move from one family's house to another family's house and stay with families.
Ya, kalau Anda belum pernah bangkrut, Anda mungkin nggak tahu. Tapi kalau Anda pernah bangkrut, pasti tahu rasanya seperti apa yang namanya bangkrut tuh dikejar-kejar penagih hutang dan dihina orang.
If you have never been bankrupt, you wouldn't know. But if you have ever experienced bankrupt, you will know the feeling of being chased by the debt collectors and getting chased by everybody.
Jadi tahun 95 itu tahun awal dari masa-masa berat dalam kehidupan keluarga kami. Berat sekali.
So 95 was the beginning of a very difficult times in our family.
Ya, saya pun hampir nggak bisa melanjutkan kuliah. Untungnya ada saudara yang membantu biaya, itu pun dengan biaya pas-pasan juga. Saya bisa melanjutkan kuliah.
It was very difficult even for me to continue with my education because we didn't have the money. But I was very fortunate that a family, a friend has sponsored my education, and that also with barely minimum I survived and I continue my education.
Saya lulus kuliah tahun 99 dan waktu lulus kuliah saya nggak punya apa-apa, saya hanya punya satu motor tua dan saya ngekos di kos-kosan mahasiswa yang kamarnya cuma 2 kali 3 meter.
Again, after I graduated in 99, I didn't have any money, I didn't have anything. So I just have one very old motorbike, and then I was staying in a paying guest in a small rented room, which was 2 times 3 meters.
Saya ingin sukses dan semua orang bilang kalau mau sukses kuliah yang rajin, nilainya bagus, lulus cari kerja. Makanya saya ikutin kuliah nilainya oke dan kemudian saya cari kerja.
So everybody used to tell me that if you want to be successful in life, you have to go to university and get good grades in the university and then find a good job. So that's what I did. I finished my graduation fast, and then I was having the mindset that I go find a job.
Ternyata cari kerja tidak mudah. Saya perlu waktu beberapa bulan cari kerja dan akhirnya saya diterima di sebuah pabrik kecil dengan gaji mendekati UMR, sedikit di atas UMR.
So then the problem was I had to find a job, and then finding a good job isn't easy. So I searched everywhere, and then I found a job in a small factory in Bandung, and they paid like the minimum rate, just a little bit increase, a little higher than the minimum rate.
Nah kebetulan pabriknya itu bukanya Senin sampai Jumat, hari Sabtu libur. Nah hari Sabtu saya isi juga dengan ngajar di tempat saya kuliah sebelumnya.
Okay, so then the thing is that the factory functionality was from Monday to Friday, and on Saturdays it was a holiday. So on Saturdays, to get extra money, I go work as part-time in the university where I used to study.
Dan di malam hari, di mana banyak teman-teman kos yang main gitar atau main kartu, saya isi dengan kerja juga, bikin program. Jadi hari libur dan malam hari saya jadi programmer, freelance programmer.
Okay, so then the thing was that on Sundays and at night, when most of my friends have a holiday or they're just having fun, playing the guitar, playing with their friends or everything else, I used to work overtime as a freelance programmer.
Jadi waktu itu saya punya 3 pekerjaan, dari pagi sampai malam isinya kerja terus. Bangun pagi, kerja lagi, 3 pekerjaan. Waktu habis.
So at that time, I used to work 3 jobs, and then my time used to be finished, and I didn't have any holiday. So I just used to finish all the time and just working.
Orang bilang kalau mau sukses harus kerja keras. Dan saya udah kerja keras, 3 pekerjaan, waktu juga udah habis, tapi ternyata setelah sekian tahun saya nggak sukses juga.
People used to say that to be successful, we have to work hard. But I already worked hard. I already worked 3 different jobs. I worked really hard, but I couldn't see any success in front of me.
Saya bingung mesti ngapain lagi, tapi waktu udah habis.
I was confused on what to do next to be successful, but then I don't have any more time.
Sampai suatu hari ada murid saya di kampus datang ke kos-kosan saya dan menawarkan bisnis TNC.
And until one day, one of my students in the university came to my dormitory and offered the dance business.
Waktu itu saya menolak karena waktu kuliah saya pernah menjalankan bisnis network marketing yang tidak berhasil. Jadi saya anti dengan bisnis MLM.
So at that time I refused because previously during university days, during my college days, I was already offered another MLM company. I joined and then I failed, and so I'm not interested in the MLM business.
Tapi mereka berdua yang datang itu ngotot untuk menjelaskan bisnis ini kepada saya dan akhirnya saya mendengarkan.
But my sponsor was very adamant and to explain to me the dance business, and then because of that, I listened.
Orang yang merubah hidup saya adalah Bapak Luis Tendean dan Ibu Feve.
So I would like to thank the sponsor who came to me and invited me. I would like to thank Mr. Luis Tendean and Bu Feve, Mrs. Feve.
Karena setelah mereka ngotot menjelaskan, saya melihat bisnis ini berbeda dengan bisnis yang selama ini.
Because after the explanation, I realized that this business is different from the other business that I have seen.
Produknya bagus, sertifikatnya lengkap, banyak kesaksian, dan bisnisnya hasilnya luar biasa.
Okay, so the product is nice, the product is amazing, the certificate and the accreditation is complete, and the business is outstanding.
Akhirnya saya bergabung dan saya mengerjakan awalnya part-time, jadi saya punya 3 pekerjaan, gaji adalah pekerjaan saya nomor 4.
So in the beginning, I started this business as part-time, and already having 3 different jobs, Tian's become my 4th job.